froze. He froze.
Hey, Facebook and Instagram, this is Coach Derek. You tune in to the Soapboxing Podcast. I have my co-host as always, Manny Fresh.
We do. Good morning, y'all.
And a buddy of mine, one of the most entertaining fighters here in Houston, GARCIA. We back, huh?
Good morning.
And who did we bring in today?
My lovely girlfriend, CARMEN VARGAS.
Mm-hmm.
She's also a fighter, girl.
So
Don't let that face fool you.
What you still amateur? Colin?
Yes, I'm still an amateur.
How many fights you got?
I have around, I believe, around 60, close to 70.
Oh, she's a professional amateur. Yeah. It's dynamic, man. It's two boxers, relationship. Oh, that's something there. You don't see that a lot.
No, you don't.
How's that going? How long you guys been together?
Man, I have to say we're going on 3 years now, right?
Oh, wow.
Nah, 3. No,
2 or 3 years.
2 or 3
Yeah.
years.
Did y'all meet through boxing?
Yes, we did.
At a gym you both was going to? Or what?
No, we met at a show. I want to say show. She always has the story different.
No, I think it was a show.
It was a show.
I think so.
I think I had like less than 20 fights. I fought at a bar, you know, back when they, you know, just those
smokers at the
small little events, and I put on a good fight, and she put a good fight. We just started talking, and we were young. I was probably 15 years old, and you know, that's when we first met at that time.
That man, usually in the boxing world, somebody's got to support and somebody's got to fight. So you guys kind of both know.
We both know
exactly what's going on.
Exactly.
In each other's head. You said 60 fights.
Yeah, around 60.
What's your goal? Are you plan on being a pro fighter?
Yes, for sure. For the first time, the Olympics is gonna have my weight class. 2016, they only had 3 weight classes,
right?
And they added 2 more, which is 125 and I think 152, I believe.
For females?
Yeah, for females.
125.
And then I think.
And then it jumps up to like in the 40s, right?
Yeah, I think so. They added 2 more weight classes. And
right.
They added my weight class, so that's my goal to be in the.
I forget exactly what it is, but that's why they adjusted the men's for this year to make room for.
But is that for the Olympics or is that for pro? That's not pro.
No, for the Olympics.
For the
Olympics.
Yeah.
I'm pro fighting. They gonna do whoever makes money. That I tell you, man, I think women's boxing. I've always loved it anyway, but I think, man, they're on the roll right now, wouldn't you say?
They are.
They're just as popular. Everybody knows who Clarissa is.
Yeah.
Which in turn makes the German Hammer got a bunch of attention.
We had Marlene on the show a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. Cecilia Brockis, I think is her name. Considered like the pound for pound female.
Nah, Katie Taylor's pound for pound right now.
Oh,
she just got that undisputed.
That was like last weekend. I didn't get to see the fight. Did she win the fight? I heard
it was a close fight.
It was
It was tough, but I mean, she fought a real cat. The girl was like what, 49-1.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know.
And I believe Michaela is fighting tonight on the undercard of Tyson Fury. And man, look, women's boxing is happening, man. It's I think we're not as boxing, we're not promoting kind of like that Ronda Rousey became a star before really fighting a lot to see her shortcomings. Well, I think the girls have to fight in boxing. Y'all have to win, and prove it. But yeah, man, I know all those gals' names. So women's boxing is what's happening. You said what's your weight?
125.
125. Okay.
Who else fights at 125?
Here in Houston?
Yeah.
Amateurs?
Or pro? Where's Marlene from?
Marlene fights one.
She's smaller than
Yeah,
that.
she's like 112.
She's small. She ended up fighting bigger in the Olympics, if I remember correctly, because it didn't have her weight class.
No, they did. 112 they did.
Didn't she fight at 118 or something? Oh,
No.
well, I got the stories mixed up. What was it? I guess you're right, because she fought at 12. Clarissa fought, and what was the other weight class? You remember?
132.
32. Right.
Joe's up early in the morning talking about is the future so bright you gotta wear sunglasses. You gotta wear shades.
It's just my style, man. It's just my style.
Cool to the fame.
He says congratulations on the new management contract. So you're in the next fight up on the 23rd?
No, right now my managers are trying to get me on that Maurice Hooker undercard.
Oh, okay.
At the moment. So we're working on that, trying to get a lot of good exposure.
Now these boys, we talked about it earlier, that Aaron, one of your trainers, plugged that up with the new management company. Are these guys out of Texas? Or
Yeah, they're out of Texas. They're in New Jersey.
Okay. I'm sure you liked what they was talking about. That's why you signed on, huh?
Yeah, it was a back and forth discussion, as in like
heavy
negotiation for at least 5-6 months, honestly.
Oh wow.
And in that meantime, I got offered other contracts from other managements, but I didn't like what they were offering. So you gotta play the game right. It's smart. You know, I was blessed to be able to get in with Top Rank and have Cameron Duncan as my manager,
right,
and promoted by Top Rank. And through all that, I learned a lot. So like learning a lot from Cameron, and I learned a lot going through Top Rank. So then when I kind of got released, and then I asked for the release, I had to absorb all this knowledge real quick, because the business aspect of boxing, I had to learn like quick, or else you take one wrong step, that's it.
Right.
You know, you can be stuck.
Career ending. Right. That I'm sure that experience lend itself to where to go now.
Yeah. So
now, how do you feel now versus the first time you were signed up with this?
Man, when I first signed, I knew who Cameron Duncan was and his management and what he's produced, and it was amazing. I mean, the guy knows what he does. He had multiple world champions, and then he's an awesome guy. But what bothered me was, before I signed, I never once spoke to him on the phone. I just flew to Vegas, met him, shook hands, handed me a contract. I'm right there in the Top Rank office. I signed the Top Rank contract. Then he handed me the management contract, and I signed the management contract. I guess I could say an immature, young.
Right.
I was 20 years old, right? A young 20 years old. You know, I was a raging bull. Just got out that fence, ready to go, and I don't regret it at all, because I trust Coach Rudy. I trust the decision. Hey, this guy's good people, and when I spoke to him, you could tell. You know, so I didn't have a problem with that. You know what I mean? I didn't really feel a bad vibe. You know, I didn't have that gut instinct.
You felt good going in.
I felt good going in.
You just didn't know what you were going into.
I didn't know what I was getting into.
Versus now, you know.
As in, like, I know I grew up, or I didn't grow up. I grew up. I matured on the business aspect. Yeah. So, and then pro boxing, you know, anybody can be a pro boxer, but it's the business aspect that you got to understand.
It's so many in fighting. It's funny. Everybody, while everyone should have the same intent and focus as far as playing for the fighter, but each part is different too, though. You know, and so as trainers, managers, all those things, man, you trying to find a wiggle room to protect your fighter is hard, man.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I mean, most of your business folk in boxing, management, promoting, how many knockouts you got? Knockouts sell. You know, and so as a trainer, you go, well, I hear you, but my kid can fight. You know, I need to make sure that automatically makes you say, well, is this guy gonna overmatch my kid because he's just looking for knockouts, and if he can't do it, oh well, on to the next one.
Yeah.
man, it's real hard. The landscape is real. I think there's no single path, and there's landmines everywhere. Everywhere, man.
Everywhere.
So as a fighter, you want to be comfortable. I think, and you could attest to this. I never fought professionally or nothing. You got to make sure that coach that's aligning you with people believes in those people. Therefore, he feels he can talk to them and make sure I don't hit none of them landmines.
No, you're very right. You got to have that connection of like trust.
Right.
And you guys gotta. It's a whole team.
Right.
You know, everybody's in the team. We're all on the same boat.
Right.
We're trying to get to that one destination, world champion, high top contender destination.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Where, you know, and I hate to say it, but the money's gonna be talking. The money's gonna be right. It's at the end of the day, it's gonna involve the money.
Right.
So that's where it all ends.
She's still involved in the sport of boxing. You're involved in the business of boxing.
Yes.
And as an athlete, I think you got to be mindful of that. You know, Carmen's going through the making sure I win and be in shape and all these things. And as soon as she decides to go professional, all those things change. Does she have someone in place to make sure they take care of that while you focus on training? You know, all those things are very
like managing well.
Yeah. And so Jesse has no what's your record, Jesse?
I'm 7-0.
7-0. And he's already renegotiating, having to change pathways, hasn't lost a fight, you know, and so you see those things and you're like, man, we gotta make sure, because one misstep.
That's it.
Now you're taking the hard road, and the hard road can work. It's not the hard way is not impossible either, but it's hard.
Trust me, she knows. She, you know, I talk to her every day, of course, but she knows more everything that's going on behind the scene. You know, as in, she's like, well, when are you gonna fight? I gotta deal with all this. I gotta sell these tickets. And when I first brought that up, she goes, "You gotta sell tickets." And I was like, "Yeah, I gotta make this money. I gotta pay my opponent." She's like, "You gotta pay your opponent?" And I was like, "Yeah, I gotta do all this. I'm not managed, or I'm not under any contract. I'm by myself." And it's not that it's impossible. It's just a lot harder. There's a lot more steps. It's a lot more steps that I have to do.
And if you don't have a team in place, even those things, right?
Yes.
Because most of the times your team just consists of the fighter and the trainer. Yeah. And the trainer's busy training people, you, whoever else you got. So those things fall on the shoulders of the boxer when he's in them ticket situations, you know. And that can easily cloud the objective, running around trying to make money.
Make the right money.
Yeah. And it's funny, the boxing fans don't understand any of it.
No. You'd be surprised how many people don't know. I didn't know before getting into this.
Yeah, people don't understand how it goes, man. So I'm glad to see you finding a situation, and I'm sure everybody's positive. You need it. You know, I'm a big fan, so we need to focus on fighting, man.
That's it.
Fights and fight, man. I'm both feet in the management side too. I don't like it. Yeah. But being a trainer, you know, luckily I got a partner to take some of that pressure off, you know, while I'm trying to get guys ready to fight.
Yeah.
How's you been in the gym still or what? Or you been taking off? Okay.
No, I haven't taken off at all, man. I just I've been training. I'll tell you what though, I have been eating a little bit more, enjoying myself. That's about it.
No fight on the books yet, so.
Not yet. I mean, like I said, in July we got something, but I'm not worried because I stayed in the gym every day since my last fight in September. And I've done a lot of sparring. I've been in the gym. I've done half marathons. I've just been training my ass off.
You love doing those marathons, huh?
Kinda. Now it's time to bust my knees up. I did bad on my last one, but I had a lot of things kind of getting in my way, as in, you know, I'm a big animal guy, so my dog was having issues, and you know, we put him down, and so he was my training partner. So it felt weird running by myself, you know, because he runs with me, and we'll bust out 10 miles together. Sometimes I'll FaceTime her with him with me, and he'll be still ready to keep going. And when him going through all that, it hurt me, and I didn't focus at all on this half marathon. And I did real horrible. It's probably my worst race I've ever done. But after that, you know, I got a new puppy now, and I'm gonna mold him into a track star.
Yeah. I see your gym partner. I seen fellow gym mate Austin Williams got him another win on that undercard. Huh?
Yeah.
At the big upset.
Yeah, the big upset. The Joshua and Ruiz.
Yeah.
It was the first round knockout, was it, or stoppage?
It was a fourth round.
Was it fourth?
Yeah, it was fourth round.
Yeah, they started one round.
Yeah.
So everything's going good over there. I seen.
I think Oceanique is gonna be a main event in one of his fights with, cause he signed with the Bella. He's gonna be a main event fight, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know when, but he's in the gym now training. He said, I got a fight coming up.
Nice.
I said, where? He said he thinks in Costa Rica he's gonna be the main event. I was like, that's badass. Yeah. So I've been getting
box.
work with
This dude can box, man.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that upset, man. What you thought? You watched it?
Hell yeah.
That I'm one of the millions of people. It's almost embarrassing to say, but Ruiz just wasn't on my radar. I just didn't know him. Some kind of way, I just didn't know who he was, man, and didn't know his background. So we fought that night, and
oh yeah, we were watching it while y'all were fighting. When Trouble was fighting,
right,
we were watching it. So we were going back and forth because Trouble's fight was exciting as well.
Right.
And then, but you see these two big boys, they dropped because we watched it when Ruiz got dropped. And then Ruiz got back and dropped Joshua. We started yelling. It was just crazy.
I was in the back warming up. I don't know who it was. It was probably Robert. And guys was huddled around the phone. And oh, he's down, you know. And I said, well, that didn't take long.
That's it.
And no, Joshua was down. I said, what? So I quit what I was doing and walked over there, and I'm seeing Andy Ruiz, and I'm like, oh, this guy can fight. Oh, they didn't know this guy can fight like I didn't know. I'm like, look at him, this dude.
A lot of people underestimated him. See, when I was signed with Top Rank, there was one card I was almost gonna fight, and it was Andy Ruiz's undercard. He was the main event, but they switched it to Jesse Magdaleno, and it was in Phoenix, Arizona. So I did research on Andy Ruiz because I didn't know nothing of him.
Right.
And they pulled up all his Top Rank highlights. Man, don't let that image fool you. He had fast hands. He threw punches in bunches, and he had power.
I tell you, and his understanding of range and the distance away from his opponent, even though he got caught, you're going to get hit in there taking chances because that's a big guy at 6'6", and just.
But you got two elite fighters, and they both are elite fighters. Someone's always gonna get hit.
Right. So in hindsight, now, you know, I've said it because I watched the next day is when I looked it up so I could watch the full fight, and it was obvious something was wrong with the dude before the fight. Now, what we don't know. Yeah. But at the end of the day, and the reason why I was saying that because. When I watched him come to the ring, I made a post. I said, oh, something wrong with this guy. Just my coach's eye. And then the fight went the way it was, and I said, look, man, I'm not taking nothing away from what Andy do. Andy had to come in there and perform in order to whoop him. I'm just saying I noticed that without a doubt, old buddy don't want to be here. Now, why did he get knocked out before? Was he scared? Was the thing too big for him? I don't know because over there in England he packs way more people in it. I just think I happen to think he got it. I think he got knocked out in sparring somewhere shortly before this fight, and that's why he was what if I get hit? You know, and then he got hit. So, But it takes nothing from Andy because Andy still had to go out there and do it.
You knocked him down, what, 4 times?
Right, right. So me just saying I see something, that's just my boxing instinct going, yeah, this guy here. And then when it goes downhill, Andy still's got to capitalize. He still got to hurt this guy. He still got to get out there and hurt him again.
And he still got to defend himself.
Right. Now, I tell you, I think this immediate rematch, that's bad business, man, for the Englishman, man.
That's bad business.
Here's why. I understand they say, well, no, he's got to right this ship and get his titles back because of the big money fights. But looking at that fight, Jesse, Andy Ruiz beat this kid up. He beat him up. Yes. He didn't just knock him out. He didn't just clip him like Rockman did Lennox or McCall did Lennox. And then you go to the gym and say, yeah, I was tripping, I was lazy. I'm going to take it. No. Andy Ruiz beat this guy up.
Yeah.
Pillar to post. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, it's not going to take much for Ruiz to convince him that the same thing's going to happen if he runs out there and, like we seen him do. If Ruiz, the fighter he seems to be, and I'm basing it all off this one thing, and then I went and watched a few highlights. I don't see Ruiz being timid or nothing in a rematch.
No,
it's
no way.
Be it New York or England.
Well, more confident.
The mental edge is
100%.
Yeah.
Even if Ruiz, true, he's 1,000% more confident than Joshua. But Joshua is gonna have that mental block where I'll have it sometimes, right? Where I when I spar big boy, what's his name? Rigo. Yeah. You know, I started sparring that dude 4 years ago, and he used to beat me up. He's 200 pounds. Now I've gotten a little bit over the last 4 years, but there's still that mental block, right? And there's fighters that don't have that mental block.
Yeah.
And Joshua seems that he's that type of fighter where he's gonna overthink shit. He's gonna be protective. He's gonna have that mental block going in. So not only is Andy Ruiz confident and loose and ready to fight, I think you're right. I think it's just a bad matchup. But I also think, and I said that last week, it would be good. I would rather see Ruiz fight Wilder than I would Joshua. The upside is so much more greater, and if he loses, it's the same shit if he goes in there and loses against Joshua.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But like you said, it comes down to the legal side of it.
Well, he has to. If they exercise a rematch, he got to fight, and it's already determined how much and where and all that stuff. You know, they made fool with him they made fool with the idea of where we're going to do it and all that, because maybe that wasn't specified. But the dollar amount and the right to exercise the rematch was in that contract that he signed to get the fight in the first place. But you know, I can't help, man. You can cash out a fighter in several ways, man. And one of them is him not being mentally. Man, listen, when you got a marketable guy like that, you know, the Englishman, say, man, you lost your titles. Let's fix any flaws we see, unless you don't see some flaws, and then well, that's a bigger problem than what we say, because there's nothing wrong with that guy not taking an immediate rematch. Go and take 2 more fights.
Right.
Making sure the deficiency isn't his mental or the corner or management or anything. Now, somebody goes that safety first. Well, hell, yeah, it's boxing, man. This guy, and and if I'm not wrong, Joshua's done made ridiculous money anyway, even with just 19 fights, filling up Wembley Stadium and all that. So why wouldn't you? I just think they shouldn't take that off the table, man. That maybe we need to chill. Let Ruiz go make $1 zillion against whoever.
Yeah.
If we really want to win these titles back and really be a legacy heavyweight champion, there's some flaws there that needs to be addressed. Be it mental, be it ability, corner, whatever.
He was hurt. Not only, there's a difference between you going in there having a rough fight and getting beat up, but he was hurt. Like,
clear.
He was hurt.
Clear.
Hurt. And I've seen, comments, and I'm sure they just don't know what the hell they're talking about. Joshua quit, or this. And
I didn't see him quit
at all.
No.
When he was getting hit, and he got down on that knee, he was hurt.
Yeah.
And let's say he would have got up, or the ref wouldn't have stopped it. That's why I shared that video on our group. Well, who was it? The dude that was it McCullough? Who got hurt?
Jerry McCullough?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was hurt? Same thing. He got down on his knee. The ref stopped it. He went back to his corner
And fell out.
Yeah.
And now he can't see.
Right.
Can't hear.
So, I agree. I think he needs to take a step back and reevaluate and see where he's at.
Well, think about it. Think about it. He's such a star. Jesse, what you think? He's such a star in his country.
Right.
Not taking an immediate rematch is not going to ruin him.
At all.
It's not.
At all.
It's going to postpone things, and you get back on the winning side of things. Now, say you don't take that dangerous fight, and say it doesn't go right. Say he gets knocked out again, and his confidence is shot, and he's done as a fighter. Fine. Okay. Now he's rich already, so
he's rich. He's made his money.
But if you're really trying to use this guy to become an undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, like I'm figuring is there playing, you need to think about that, man.
And they overestimated Ruiz when they
underestimated.
When they got him as a replacement. Yeah, and I'm sure that's what the whole thought process was. If Anthony was knocked out during sparring, I'm sure that's what their thought process was. Oh man, it's Ruiz. We got it. Even if you did.
Oh, I'm sure that's what Eddie Hearn used to kind him into the ring. Because clearly they didn't want to fight. The dad was saying, let's call it off. Right. And calling the fight off was supposed to be done when he got clipped or hurt or whatever happened.
Right there in the sparring.
Right.
Not the night of the fight when he's having second thoughts. Now you have to fight.
You got thousands of people in that
you have to fight now. Which puts your promoter in a bad spot because your promoter's sitting there going, dude, we have to fight. And then comes the false bravado. Man, you can whoop this guy.
Right.
But your fighter's sitting there going, shit, did you see that fat kid knock me out a week ago?
Right.
And as if that happened, we don't know that happened. I just happen to think it did because I see his confidence was so not there going into that fight, and he has zero reason to be uncomfortable unless something happened.
Right.
Something. But I don't know, man. It would be hard put it this way, if I was Anthony's people in whatever capacity. I would be saying, champ, don't take that off the table, man. That we need to chill and go fight and build back up and see. Because it didn't go right for whatever reason. And now we just going to go do it again with the same guy. Now, Andy Ruiz is convinced. He was convinced prior to whooping your ass. He's really convinced now to whooping your ass. So Andy Ruiz, I mean, we all can agree. I think we can all agree. Do we agree that something was off with Joshua before this fight?
More than likely.
Be it confidence or whatever. I think we all can agree as well that Andy Ruiz is a real Mexican fighting man, bro. This dude is not a chump at all, and no capacity. And so he's gonna run out there, man, and punch him right in the mouth and try to get him out of there, man. So is the big boy ready for that? I don't know. And think of the anxiety. If y'all thought he had anxiety now, think of the anxiety that night for the rematch.
Yep.
Oh, if there's a hairline of doubt, it'll be magnified and amplified. But man, he seems that Andy Ruiz, man, did accomplish something great, man. And all that. I seen him the other day. He was with the president of Mexico, bro. And he should enjoy all those things, man, because what he did was special. Because regardless if we all just dumb and didn't know no better, no one was giving you a shot predominantly, and it never deterred him. Looking back in hindsight, you go, he's told everybody, nah, I'm taking them belts. That's my championship. Yeah. I'm gonna whoop this dude.
Well, 4 years ago, or five, it was a couple years ago when they asked him if he'll take the fight. He'll take a fight against Andy Ruiz. I mean, against Joshua. Andy Ruiz was like, I don't know who he is, but I'll fight him. Tell my management team sign the contract.
I seen a thing where it was a year prior to this fight. Eddie Hearn offered Andy Ruiz $40 grand to fight for a title shot against Joshua, and Andy said, "What? Nah, I'm not a bum. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just trying to." Yeah. He said, "Nah, I'm gonna get him." Now we all know it wasn't because he didn't want to fight him. It was because, dude, you lowballing me like a big dog. Yeah. Because now he slid in there where the other guy, the dummy, failed all the steroid tests, and he jumps in there and gets $6 million.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
And now the rematch, I've heard it was $10 million he's gonna make in this one.
He wants 50.
Now he knocks Joshua out again, and it ain't no. I tell you, the disparity in ability was such in my eyes. He don't necessarily got to knock him out. He could just whoop him for 12 rounds and win the fight regardless. And then that next fight against whoever it be, Fury, Wilder, he's gonna break the bank.
I want to see him beat Joshua. I want to see him skip Joshua, but if we can't do that, I want to see him fight Joshua, beat him, fight Wilder, then have an Irishman Mexican fight.
I tell you, man,
it's gonna be a drunken party.
Now that I'm gonna be some fighting in the crowd. That of the big three, or what used to be the big three, and now that I would like to think, I would say Ruiz's best bet was Joshua. A guy who doesn't utilize 6'6". He fights little. He's using muscle instead of punching technique. And then I tell you, he just needs Andy's live in that Wilder fight too. Because why? Because Wilder's boxing is horrible. But if he's in shape, and we clearly can't tell by physically, so we don't.
Well, he's conditioned.
Right.
Yeah, he's conditioned.
He needs to stay in Wilder's chest, man, and he could beat Wilder.
Yeah,
he can be wild,
right?
He just can't afford to be stuck out here and take them sucker shots that he did with Joshua a couple of times, because
those punches are different.
Completely. Now, I don't give him no chance in there with Fury, but that's just me. I think Fury's the greatest heavyweight in the world right now. and yeah, I'm Irish, but no, his ability. I think he's such a good boxer, man. And now you add to that 6'9". Oh, that's a hell of a mountain.
That's a big dude. When he fought Wilder, I mean, the one thing that I kept pointing out was he's a 6'9", 200 and whatever
60-pound man.
In there moving like
a middleweight,
welterweight. I mean, he was literally dancing, jabbing, and it wasn't just for the first couple rounds.
No, he did
it all the way to the end.
And if you look at that last 12 round with Wilder and Fury, at one moment, Wilder got super tired at the end.
Yeah.
And Fury looked like he was just getting started still.
He could have won another.
Fury, listen, man. Now, if they fight, I'm rooting for the American. I'm sorry. I'm going to root for the American. I'm one of those guys. I'm rooting for Andy Ruiz against Fury and Joshua. But I'm just looking at it from a style and ability perspective. You know, at 6'2".
How tall is Ruiz?
6'2".
6'2"?
Yeah. Which is
he's
not
a short 6'2".
He's not a little man. Well, you never know. He's probably 6'1".
Yeah.
But
he's a short
with sneakers on, he's 6'2". But the thing is, that would be a big mountain to climb, bro, with Fury.
Yeah.
And I see that as the hardest of all those guys.
Yeah,
that's the mountain to climb, dude.
Yeah, he's the toughest one.
And really, I think Fury's biggest competitor is Fury. You know, if he falls off the wagon, go start partying and all those things, because in the ring, There ain't nobody got it.
He's
He was clown Josh. He was clown Josh.
He's won already. He's changed. Look, 3-4 weeks ago, there's no way in hell we'd be having this conversation about Fury and Andy Ruiz. So the fact that this man went in there on a short notice as a fill-in and changed his whole world.
Yeah.
Now we're sitting here talking about him and fucking Fury.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Whether he wins or loses,
It's
we're
boxing.
having
It's
a
boxing,
conversation.
Man. Yeah, one night
about,
changes the whole thing.
Yeah. H-Town, you tuned in to Soapboxing Podcast. We are in here today with Houston's knockout boxing couple, Jesse Garcia and Miss Carmen. Talking about the Ruiz upset this 2 weekends ago, right?
Yeah,
2 weeks ago.
Yeah. We're live here from remote.
Yeah.
Amber Sports. Yeah.
Shout out to Sanjay. Appreciate you letting us use your facility. It looks great in here. If you guys are ever in need of boxing equipment, hand wraps, they got it all, man.
They got everything here.
He's super cool. He does a lot for the boxing community, and his product's awesome. So make sure you support Amber Boxing. Amber.
One Stop Shop. They print T-shirts, posters, flyers, any equipment you need.
We'll put the link in the.
I'm gonna try to sneak out some of this stuff. No.
Amber Sports is located on 529 and Barker Cypress in between. On Barker Cypress. on 529.
In between Greenhouse and Barker Cypress.
Yeah.
Big warehouse. Can't miss it.
Yeah.
Jesse, it's we're in June, right?
We're in June.
June. You got something tentative on the books in July. What's the plan? You trying to have more than one fight before the year up, or what's the?
Hell yeah.
What's the plan?
He's like, I just want to fight.
Yeah, I just want to fight.
You gotta get back active.
I told my managers that, and they said, "Well, calm down. We gotta fight the right fights."
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Ain't no problem."
That's a good answer.
But he said, "We're gonna get you busy, Jesse. We're excited." The way they talked to me, the way they spoke, I could just tell these guys, they're gonna take care of me. As in, even before I signed with them, they would message me every weekend just to see how I'm doing. Hey, are you gonna watch any of the UFC or the boxing matches? As in, they care about me. They want to know if I'm doing all right. And they, every week they text me now every day almost, or 3 times a week, just asking how I'm doing. And I've never had that. I can tell these people actually care. These guys care about me.
They got a plan. And
they got a plan. They want to execute it. Yeah. So it's exciting.
And it's gotta be great for you because you're you said before, you're watching everything, you're getting yourself ready. Like I just noticed, you got your Jesse Garcia, you got your brand, and you also have yours, CARMEN VARGAS.
Yeah.
And that's good. So you're watching everything, you're getting yourself ready for the business side of it.
Carmen, what's your plan, as far as how long you gonna stay amateur?
Amateur, like I said, I want to try get in the Olympic team.
For 20?
Yeah,
for
2020.
Okay.
The Olympic trials is this year in December, so I'm trying to get in the Olympic trials first.
Where's the event? Do you know?
The next tournament to qualify for it, I think it's in. I'm not too sure.
No, I'm not sure either.
I think Utah. I think Utah is the next tournament out there.
Where do you train at?
I train with Carlos Moreno.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so y'all don't have y'all have different coaches?
Yes.
Yeah.
we both train.
Jesse fights for Bobby in Aaron, right? At Maine.
No, but I'm sorry, that's not what I meant. What I meant was because I thought you might have been connected to Elite.
No,
you're not connected.
She started at Elite way before I ever really met Rudy. And then she
Mm-hmm.
moved on to Marcus Boxing.
Yeah.
Okay. So fill us in on that. So you started off with Rudy. How old were you when you started boxing?
16.
Okay.
I was in 10th grade. And then I started off at Eastside Boxing Gym in Market Street.
Okay.
Where Juan Moya was?
Yeah, that's where I started. And then after that, I was there for about 3 to 4 years. And then I moved to, I think Marcus after that. Yeah, I moved to Marcus after that. And then I was with him for about 3 or 4 years also.
Why'd you get into boxing?
My parents.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so they box or
No,
they
don't
love
box.
the sport.
Yeah, they love the sport, especially my dad. Well, my mom too.
You show some interest in it. Yeah. Come on, let's go to boxing.
I just wanted to try it out, and I pretty much stick to it, and I liked it. And then I was training with Marcus for 3 or 4 years, and then after that, that's when I moved to Baby Bowl with Carlos Moreno.
Okay. Man, that 2020, man, you go down there and be successful in that, man. That's a hell of a.
And then for the first time having my weight class out there, it's gonna be really, really good. So hopefully,
make that.
But you tell them, you can also represent the U.S. Or what's your other plan?
Guatemala. I'm also Guatemala.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They have a team. They have.
Yeah.
That was the Mexican Eagle. Is that the Mexican Eagle? Or is that an Eagle?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. That's an Aztec.
Aztec.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I
saw a fucking video the other day of an eagle going for a swim. Did you see that? I posted that?
Yeah, that bald eagle.
That bald eagle went for a swim.
Yeah, there's some bad things, brother.
I gotta rethink life. Birds are going for swims. Man,
got it all covered.
I'm not doing enough. Shit.
Man, Roger said that he was. I guess it shows you how little I understand about the
Aztec.
The country perspective, like how Roger was able to go down there and try to make the Mexican team. Mm-hmm. Andy Ruiz was on the Mexican team as an American.
I think you have dual citizenship. Yeah.
And so if you're trying to make the U.S. team, if not,
I can do Mexico.
The Mexican team.
Yeah, the Mexican team.
Do you need a citizenship, or do you? What? How does that work? Do you know?
As long as you got a blood.
As long as you have a parent from it that was born in Mexico, then you're able to do it. Yeah.
Like I would have.
So you're.
My plan is to get in the Olympics.
One word to go.
No way. Yeah. That's
so
my
smart,
plan.
man.
So,
that's the way to go too.
I told her that's badass. Had I known back in 2016, I would have gone for the Bolivian Olympic team. My mom was born in Bolivia. I would have been able. I would have been blessed. I would have loved it. They would have looked at me as like, I don't know, not like I would say a hero, but they would have looked up to me because there's not a lot of Bolivians represent them.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I would have loved to have done it, but by then I had already grown.
I mean, I being an American, with no Hispanic background, I wouldn't know you can just go down there and do it if it doesn't work out here. Mm-hmm. Irregardless, you get on that Olympics and you medal.
Yeah, exactly. And
exactly.
After that,
it's go time.
After that, it's pro.
Right.
What are some of the fighters that growing up, or I'm sure you watched a lot of film, especially when you're young, you're 16 and you get started in the sport. Who did you grow up watching, or who did you enjoy? Or model yourself?
Well, my parents loved Travieso Arce. They loved all the Mexican fighters. Travieso Arce, Mayorga, all them classic boxers. Yeah.
That what girls have you been watching? I'm interested.
I love Katie Taylor. I love her boxing skills.
She what state is she? She's not from.
She's from
like.
Is it Ireland? No, right?
No, it's like a European country though.
I should know this.
Yeah.
It's a European country.
That I'm telling you, man, it's so much. I don't mean to say it as if it's easy, but there's so many outlets in boxing right now than it was in the 90s. That there's room for everything. Every weight, the girls fighting. With these platforms and still Showtime and ESPN, everybody's still involved with boxing. It's more opportunities, man. You get out there and give it the right people, man, that put you on a platform, which your platform is the ring. Just put me in a ring with a camera pointed at it. I don't see. I look at female boxing. What you prefer? Women's boxing, female, ladies? Just boxing. I really feel like it's a wide open, for anybody to get in there, man, and make a name for themselves. And women, I think why I enjoy women fighting is because
They're mean.
yeah,
Me.
yeah. It's emotional. Unchecked, like kind of like it's checked but unchecked. Like
Yep.
if two women get in there, man, and especially fighting women, one of them gets hit. Oh, I got to get you. I'm getting you.
Yes.
You know, so
Yes.
so by the time you mix some skill in there with a gal who can fight, man, it's you seldom are disappointed. Put it like that. You know.
Sometimes in the amateur fights, there's girls fighting better than the boys.
Oh, a lot of the time.
Yeah.
A lot of the time. Man. I'll be at the shows, you know, and we got somebody fighting with. If it's just two gals, I don't know who they are. I'm gonna pay attention because it's liable to be a fight. That's what I see. As well, hold on, man. They
go at it. They're
right,
not scared. They're
right. There's no yeah. Almost. You said no fear. Almost like they fear not fighting. Like I gotta get in here and go 1,000%. You know,
got those 1,000 punches.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot, and I think it's wide open. And with Clarissa doing what she's doing, man, with so few fights, of course, as a pro, but you know, and now I think she's going up, right?
She's going up
and challenging another.
I thought she was going down.
No, going up.
She's going up.
She's because she said she would go down.
152, right?
She said she would go down to meet
VARGAS,
but they done made a super middleweight fight with some champion or something like that.
Yeah, an undisputed.
Yeah,
fight
she's gonna get that. So I'm guessing the Vargas people didn't. I'm thinking that wasn't on the agenda.
Is there pressure on your end as far as like when we had Marlene and you know she was saying that you know women's boxing is still very young. You know, it's still in its early stages, and that you know she wants to encourage other young ladies to pursue the sport, to have more women involved. That way, it can grow and you guys can reach more young girls and inspire them to fight. You as you're getting ready, you know, you have your amateur career. You're thinking about 20, maybe you want to go pro. Do you have that sense of pressure or urgency for the sport, not so much for yourself, but like, man, I really hope that this women boxing takes off, because I mean, women's boxing started with, you know, early on, some of the pioneers like Chrissy Martin and, you know,
mid-90s.
Yeah, in the mid-90s, but and then it sort of got quiet for a little bit.
And the 2000s.
Yeah, and then so now we have the Clarissa.
I don't think they knew how to market. Right?
Yeah.
No, I think it was treated like a butterbean. It was treated as a...
There was that one female girl that was a really good boxer. She was a badass fighter. Holly Holmes back in boxing.
You probably talking about who I think is the best female fighter I ever seen.
That white girl, right?
Lucia Riker?
She fought under Mike Tyson's undercard.
Oh, Christy Martin.
Yeah,
that's what you're talking about, Christy Martin.
Yeah, I mean, that girl was...
Right.
She was bad.
But she was one of the first names.
But to me... More to my point about it, I thought they treated it as a gimmick was, okay, they actually promoted Christy Martin, right? Mm-hmm. Because of her ability. They were saying she can fight, she can knock people out, and they put on all the Tyson comeback undercards.
What was her rival? Like
Lucia Riker, they never would make the fight.
Other one, Rebecca St. John or St.
I'm getting to that.
Yeah.
And so after Christy kind of past her prime, and she was still fighting. I mean, she still was bad, but she was past it. Then it turned into they went and find Mia St. John, and they was trying to push her as a model that fights. Then they found Layla, and Layla was Ali's thing. So that it was always a gimmick more so than.
But is it because
they didn't know? It was a bad thing. It was navigating the field, trying to see how do we sell it to the people.
Yeah.
But I think that's why Marlene, you know, that's why she said what she said, and that's why I'm asking, as far as a female boxer, is that pressure on to be like, you know, we have to compete at a high level. So there are women fighters, and not just, well, there's a gimmick behind it. You know,
pretty girl. This girl.
Yeah.
You know, a dude girl. There'll be a dude girl in there somewhere. So the gimmicks is not.
Is that something that you think about or even see, or do you feel like no? There's a lot of talent out there that's going to help carry.
There is a lot of talent. I've seen a lot of
That's
talent.
what I
At
think.
national tournaments, there's
I think we've
there's good competition out there, but people just
it's
don't
a different
know about it.
it's a different world now.
Yeah.
I think that it because of the amount of women fighting, you're bound
And
to
every
come
year
across.
it keeps growing because my weight class keeps like stacking up every national tournament. It's just
Well,
way
you know
more
that-
boxers in my weight class too.
And you know what it is, and Marlene touched on it in here. When she wanted to fight, Rudy was resistant at the very beginning because of why? Because it wasn't a thing really. It was like, I don't train girls, man.
Yeah.
You know, and mad as a girl, I could imagine a woman saying, hey, so, you know, I won't fight.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't a thing, you know, and you know, as soon as she becomes mature and want to be pretty and I done put all this work, you know, I imagine all those things happen, but the gals kept coming and the gals kept coming. And I tell you, man, I don't, as a trainer, I look for fighters. Period. Period. If she can fight, if he can fight, and you know, I have my criteria of what a fighter is. Not meaning you come in here and can fight already. I'm talking about if I see
Put in the work.
what I see in anybody, that I'm gonna train them, you know, and I think the female landscape is such now to where, man, it's a thing. You can become an Olympic medalist, you can become a world champion, you can, you know, and hopefully one day the money ends up as much as any other world champion, right?
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. We need champions first. Let's keep going and becoming the fighters. And I think with the social media, with all the different outlets, you know, these girls, man, if you're a fighter, you're a fighter. If you're a badass, you're a badass, bro. It just is what it is. And I think in boxing, more so, like I said, and all I got to compare to it was the MMA with the Ronda chick. You know, that was a gimmick. That was a gimmick. Not that she wasn't a world-class judo and all that stuff. But dude, a year before she got beat when she fought a boxer, there was literally fans telling me this woman could whoop Floyd Mayweather and all these people, and I'm going, okay, cross him out of my care what he says, you know, because it's nice, it's silly. And me not being a mixed martial art guy, I could look at it from what they call stand-up, from a boxing perspective, and I go, well, she can't really fight. And so when a girl comes in that can keep her from tackling her, or whatever that move is, she's in trouble. You know? And sure enough,
it happened.
And this gal who done whooped everybody, what's her name?
Holly Holm?
No, after Holly.
Amanda Nunez?
Her.
Yeah,
she's bad, bro.
Yeah, she can fight.
She is bad, bro. And so anybody's in trouble in there with her because she's just a fighter. She's just a fighter. There's no intimidation factor. When they put her in there with that rough girl, yeah. She never wavered, Jesse. She looked at her like, okay, watch this. Ding!
I couldn't
God,
I couldn't
man.
believe that fight either.
Well, you know, and again, I'm an infant in that world, but I'm going, this girl is the truth, man. This girl Nunez is
well,
bad.
now she's supposed to fight Holly Holm, right?
Yeah, again.
Yeah, she beat her, right? That was her kickoff. She beat Holm after she beat
Is it
I don't think it's a rematch. No.
Well, who beat Holly Holm?
Chris Cyborg beat Holly Holm.
I confused them. Okay. That
But it went the distance. Did it? Yeah, it went the distance. Because Holly Holm knows how to box.
Yeah.
Who Holly Holm fight? And you know, I'm with Evander. They asked all the world champions about MMA and what they had to compete in MMA, right? And a lot of the world champion boxers say, sure, you know. They asked Evander Holyfield that, Jackson. They said, would you ever fought UFC? And of course, all the world boxing champions say, well, ain't no money. Because it really ain't compared to the super world champions. But he said, you know, I don't think I'd have been any good in MMA. You know, Evander's known for just giving you what he thinks.
Yeah.
He said, and they said, why? He said, because you can quit. I said, ooh. Now, I'm sure he's speaking from a angle like me, not knowing. He said, but man, I know in that world you can quit. You can tap out and quit.
Yeah.
He said, well, hell, that was my strength was never quitting when I'm getting my ass whooped. He said, but if you allow me to, if that's an option, I probably would take it too. I quit. He said, so I probably wouldn't have never been great in MMA, right? So I hear that and I look at Holly Holm. Now I remember this. Holly Holm was in there with a girl. This is after she whooped Bryant, I believe. And that girl put her in a choke out and she went out. Mm-hmm. She didn't tap.
She didn't tap, yeah. She's
That's a fighter. That's a boxer. She didn't know how to quit. I'm not gonna quit. Fuck you. She went to sleep, but now, again, MMA people, I don't know it. I'm not pretending I wouldn't tap. I probably make a beat on the floor. I quit. But the thing is, those seriously, I don't know, man. You go. I did some of that training one time when I was a young man, Jesse, and the guy took my hip and went one way and took my shoulders another way. And I was like, oh! I didn't know what was going on. But we're talking about elite professional fighters. Yes. And Holly Holm, you know. And that's kind of like, you know, I'm an Irishman. I love McGregor. He talks cash money and shit. But I'm going to be honest with you. And not knowing nothing, I picked Khabib to win. Because he can wrestle you to the ground and
beat your ass.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Khabib wasn't choking old Conor McGregor out when he tapped, bro. That thing wasn't on him right. It was like on his face. Now maybe it hurts more than I understand.
It does.
Yeah,
okay. But I was like, man, you wasn't even about to pass out. Cause he wasn't on the neck. I said, man, you quit, bro.
That guy's a tough dude.
Who?
Khabib.
Let me tell you something. I would shoot that dude. I would shoot. I swing at him, but I'm getting my gun and try to shoot that dude, man. Cause that dude will grab you, bro. He ain't gonna stand there and fist fight. That dude will grab you like a snake. And yeah, man, that dude's a bad guy, bro. And I picked him. I said, you know, because I only watched Khabib because he was on like the undercards of some MMAs, maybe some kind of McGregor. Yeah, and I got a buddy who trained jiu-jitsu, right? One of my closest buddies. And so he makes me watch the UFC. And I like this fight. I like this fight.
It's a fight, you know.
I get to watch that truly as a fan. Because I don't know what the fuck going on half the time. And I'm looking, I said, man, this Muslim, me being a Muslim, I'm paying attention to the Muslim, I'm going, man, this dude's bad, bro. How you fight that dude? You know, I'm thinking to myself, I'm saying, man, this dude gets shot. So when they fighting, I say, man, I think he gonna get old Conor, man. And
talking about Conor, what's wrong with your boy? He won't fight.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Let me tell you something. I'm New Orleans to the bone bristle, man. And if the Rue gets him in there, guess what shirt I'm wearing? We going August. But I'm gonna tell you, I think I've seen Regis train in some of that.
He trains jiu-jitsu.
He trains jiu-jitsu, man.
He knows wrestling. I mean, the guy.
Regis is a fighting man, bro.
He's a fighting guy. I mean,
yeah, man.
I wouldn't mind seeing that fight, man.
I wouldn't care if it's in the octagon or if it's in the.
Both.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this.
That's got to be in the contract. It's got to be in the square.
And that's what he said. He said, "You calling out my manager?
Yeah.
Stop that sucker shit. Let's go on."
Wahlberg is
Mark and Mark. Yeah.
Mark is.
He say, call out a world champion. You a world champion, I'm a world champion, let's get it on. And I'm going to tell you something. Conor McGregor, and I'm still half-ass a fan.
I like Conor. I love his swag.
He don't stand a chance in that boxing ring.
Yeah.
Stay away from that boxing ring, man, because Regis is a throwback fighter. Yeah. Regis is going to try to hurt you. Yeah. He's coming across that ring to hurt you.
Mayweather carried him for those fucking rounds.
But he wasn't in no sense of urgency. It was always a joke. Yeah. But I'm going to tell you this here. Conor McGregor ain't showing me no great ass. Again, MMA people. I'm talking out my ass. But he ain't showing me no great ass put you on the ground type of shit neither. You know, he's a puncher in MMA.
Yeah, and he can throw them kicks and all that, but that's...
And that Regis, I'm telling you something, that pro grade man, he'll get in there and start wrestling with his ass, grab him by the ankle, and bite that motherfucker. Do something. You gotta get him off you, bro. But no, that would be it. I would love that gimmick. Why not go make a couple $1 million in a gimmick fight?
Why not?
It don't seem like Conor's too eager to get back in that cage.
It doesn't. I mean, his what's it? His dispensary, his liquor dispensary, marketing is shooting off.
Yeah.
He's actually making a killing on it, from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, me too.
And then
And I've seen he's doing some amateur boxing in there.
like promotion stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he's probably making money off
He's
that.
doing good. I mean, I think he's making right.
Can you imagine the hype to that fight? Like the selling? Like them two on the stage talking shit?
What are they gonna wait? What are they gonna fight at? What weight?
Because Connor can't fight at 40 anymore, but I'm pretty sure Reed would fight him at 45, maybe
Right.
50.
Yeah, why not?
I bet you.
Why not?
No, seriously, listen. In a boxing ring?
Yeah.
Let him weigh what the fuck he wants to weigh. He could be a tough man. Shit, I don't give a damn, bro. Listen, listen, man. Boxing is my world. It's our world. Those guys do not box, bro.
No.
They punch. It's a whole different thing, man. Punching is not boxing. Boxing is a science. Punching is something different. And mixed martial arts, man, it's so much stuff going on over there. It's not the same as being, would you agree? It's not the same as being one specific, you know how long it is. You've been fighting since you were a kid.
Mm-hmm.
This man been fighting since he's a kid. He's a professional, 7-0. He's been working his whole life at this one specific thing.
Throwing that jab.
Right? Along with whatever else he does.
Right.
But I'm saying, he's a boxer.
Right, that's what yeah.
You're just because you can throw punches, man, and knock a guy out.
That'll make you
That's
boxer.
not the same thing
No.
at all. And that's why when everybody was getting hyped up with Kai, I even had a neighbor, that's an MMA guy. Man, what chance does Kai got in it? None. None. Zero.
Bro.
And here's how I turn it around so they don't think I'm just playing favoritism, because I'm not. What chance you give him in that octagon with Conor? Oh, none. Right, same shit. It's two different sports, bro. It's two different sports.
But MMA players like to think I'm an MMA fighter, I can box. MMA encompasses.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
not the
didn't know.
truth.
It's
That's not the
true.
truth, man. It's not. You're not sports specific
Yeah.
enough. Just because you have a boxing coach.
Yeah. Well, you see what happened with Ronda.
Right.
She had a boxing coach.
They tripped her out trying to make her a boxer. That was crazy,
That didn't
man.
work out.
But
Shit, she kept getting hit in the face.
she was blocking
When she
punches
was
with
trying,
her nose.
when she was supposed to be boxing in that ring, she was getting popped.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
So the plan is to get you busy, I'm sure, and find a promoter, right? These guys are management,
Yeah, these are management.
so they're gonna be looking for a promotional deal.
Yep.
And
We're working towards
and hopefully,
2 or 3 fights, maybe.
yeah, hopefully
Oh, we're in June, huh?
those connections is it.
No,
Now-
I'm saying we're in June. So
Yeah,
you
we're
got
in
about
June.
3 more fights before the end of the year.
Yeah, I could see we can squeeze that in.
How many have you had so far this year?
None.
Okay.
My last fight was September last year.
Okay, that's right.
And then, like,
We
even
thought
last
he
year,
was fighting on that last one.
Yeah,
It
I
didn't
thought I
come
was gonna
through.
fight on that last one, but then
Boxing.
yeah,
I tell you, and CARMEN, just by happenstance, just by the luxury of the position, is able to see. Okay, don't do this, or I need to do that.
Yeah.
Right, just by happenstance, just by being you guys in a relationship, she can see the ins and outs of those things, which only put you in a better position later on.
after that 2020, after you win a medal,
Right.
then you be able to really see, because people are gonna come knocking at your door.
Oh yeah, that.
Even if you represent as an Olympian, the fact that you get to an Olympic spot.
Spence
People are
didn't win.
Yeah,
Spence
Spencer.
didn't
I
win.
mean, there's a
Oh,
lot
man.
of U.S. guys that are now world champions, but because they got an Olympic spot, they got those doors open for them. We'll give you the signing bonus. We'll give you this. And
U.S. Olympian sounds good on the header,
Mm-hmm.
regardless if you.
Like McCain Mayer.
Yeah. Marlene, Clarissa, all them women were U.S. Olympians. I mean, of course, Clarissa was a 2-time gold medalist, but I mean, shit, even that opened her door.
Well, Michaela didn't medal, right?
No, but now she's killing it. She's an NABF champion right now, or
man.
something.
Yeah, it matters, man. Those experiences, but I tell you, from my perspective, my fighting, he wouldn't trade his international experience for the world. The situation he's in now. He's like, listen, man, I done fought in the deserts in the Middle East. I done fought in England. I done fought, the Irish. I done fought everything. All those things matter, man. And that's just world championship experience, not Olympic experience, but you can't trade that for you can't just get that.
No.
You can't just get that, man.
No.
And being on those teams, you're gonna fight. You know, they have their own version of the smokers, but with other countries, you know, and you get to see those things in fighting, man. So this is I tell you, man, I don't think this type of situation is being covered really in boxing, man. You don't see it a lot.
It's a knockout couple.
Yeah, I agree, man. Just having to deal with the daily grind of fighting, training, getting in shape.
It's awesome. It works for us beautifully. You know, we like a date to us is like I do those runs. We run them together, and it's a competitive thing, but it's fun. Right. At the end of the day, we go eat a little bit and we just relax. You know what I mean? Or you know, we do fun dates as in let's go on a swim.
Would you say that you guys go being boxers created a bond? You know, where other relationships, you know, my wife don't understand what it is to be a trainer. You know, I don't understand what it is to be her. You know, and those things. So we have to make that work and talk and communicate. Where you guys,
we understand each other. Like
does that play a part?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, I mean,
like when he gets it in the ring, do you feel it?
Oh.
Like
whenever he's
the Wonder Twins.
like whenever he's in training camp, I understand he has to focus on, you know, his camp, and I'm not. There's some
you should understand that more than the next gal.
Yeah, exactly. And then his weight cut, and then sleeping early, and then.
I do a lot that. You know,
we don't see each other for like a month or two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she knows it's because
that's probably good for the relationship.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. So I understand him and he understands me. So it works.
How involved do you get with each other as far as like, baby, you tripping, man, you need to do this more or do that more. Y'all talk trade or no?
Sometimes.
I try not to. I try to.
She's like,
I try not to at
There's
all.
no way that woman don't say something. There's no way. You may not. There's no way she ain't gonna do.
I try not to get involved at all with her boxing at all, because that's her. She has her trainer,
right?
And I'm her boyfriend. I'm her supporter, and I'm there for anything. If she needs help, she wants to come and ask me a question about anything. I'll give her the best of my knowledge I can do.
Like whenever we spar.
Yes,
I think
that's the only time I get on her about anything is when we spar.
When y'all spar?
Yeah.
Oh shit. That's another dynamic right there. She ever gives you trouble or what?
I stay on him. I try to stay on him.
She tries to stay on me. But like I said, I try to teach her as much as I can. And, you know, I'll just pity pat her. Right. I'll never hit her hard.
Oh,
okay.
It's like, calm down.
but we work, and I just try to tell her, I would avoid doing this because you get countered off.
Well, you got an insider who's gonna say exactly what he's seeing, man. And I took advantage of this, or whatever the case may be. Man,
that's about it, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's about it.
The sparring. Other than that, you know.
That's how y'all make it work. Not
We don't get intervened. We more intervene on the outside life.
Yeah.
You know, we already have so much pressure in boxing. You know, when you enter boxing, you got pressure immediately. You get pressure as in, okay, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. I gotta eat. What do I do? How many hours I gotta train today? What do I need to work on today? You know, that's the pressure as a boxer.
Right.
But we don't need that for each other. More of like.
Probably the last thing y'all want to talk about. Yeah.
It does get to that. We don't really talk about boxing with each other unless a fight's coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Then yeah. Or hey, I'm gonna start camp, babe. So later.
Turn the switch. That's a hell of a thing.
I call us the dynamic duo.
Yeah,
I call us the dynamic duo. I like knockout couple though. I might start using that.
Yeah, that's right. You freestyle
right
here.
here.
I'm about to say you freestyle there. I like it.
Well, I was writing some stuff down. I said sweetheart couple. I'm like, nah. And I was like, knockout couple. That's
That's it right there.
H-Town's knockout.
Colin, what do you consider your style of fighting? Are you a boxer, puncher,
Mexican style.
Yeah, pretty much.
She's a Mexican style.
Punches and bunches coming forward.
Yeah.
No, that's the most marketable style.
I tell her it'll help you, but you gotta work on the other stuff.
Yeah.
You gotta learn to box. You gotta learn to box. You can fight everybody, but there's gonna be some of those people that know how to fight back. That's when you switch the game up on them. You box their ears off.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people, you know, you sit back and you go, you know, these people say certain guys tough, take a punch. Listen, man, if you're defensively responsible, they gonna think you tough too. The thing is, you're not taking those shots as clean as that. Now, there's guys, there's freaks of nature out there that just, you know, they vandals that take shots like that. But I mean, don't do that. If you can, that all help.
I'll be sparring with the kids at with the guys at the gym. We get beat up sometimes. Man, I love getting hit. Coach's like, no.
I used to say that.
Nothing runs me high more than that shit.
You ain't supposed
What are you
to.
gaining? You gaining shit.
Dude. That and another one that's my pet peeve. I'll go out on my shield. No. You don't want to go out on your shield, bro. Ain't no toughness in that shit, man. Yeah, do the work and don't get hit. That's what I want you to. Boy, that runs me high right there. That's been happening, man. I love that. Yeah, I like getting hit. Freeze. That's the opposite of what we're supposed to do, right? You know, because you're gonna get hit.
Yeah.
It's a fight. The job is to minimize getting hit cleanly, right? You want to not get hit right. You know, you don't want him to land it right. You know, I'm all for knockout. I'm aggressive, all that stuff, but you got to be responsible, man. I tell you, you know, catching punches and blocking punches is like a lost art. Everybody's leaning on athleticism and reflexes and all this shit.
Shoulder, bro.
Do you realize if you just catch that shot and shoot it back at him, he ain't, you know, folks, it's a lost art, man. And my boxing comes from so long ago that you know, I had a trainer tell me one day, a buddy of mine, he said, I know what you are. I said, what? He said, I know exactly what your boxing. I said, what you mean? He said, old school throwback boxing. What you mean? He said, man, you train a fighter, and they look like the fighters of the 40s and the 50s. You know, the Joe Louis and them guys. You know, they understand where they at and how to maneuver. I say you're exactly right, because my boxing goes back to that. That's how we learn. We learn to catch punches and parry punches and change the angle and movement with your feet and knowing where he is and staying just out of reach, right? I said, you're absolutely right. He said, yeah. I said, and guess what? If it ain't broke, you don't fix it. You know, you don't, I even if I have a great athlete, I'm not gonna lean on your athleticism. Let's allow that to make us that much better.
Capitalize.
But learn your fundamentals, man. Don't sit here and get hit, man. Out here trying to play chicken with somebody, you know. Block them shots, catch them punches, man. Bring your punches. I tell them, bring your punches back faster than you threw, right? The last thing I want to hear is,
I love it.
Yeah, I love this shit. I don't. Why are you making my blood pressure go up, man? A lot of these guys, you think are tough. What it is, they're not getting hit. They're not getting hit like you think they're getting hit. You know, whether they rolling with the shots or whatever the case may be. Be responsible, man. Be responsible, because I'm a very big believer in anyone can be knocked out. Anyone. I don't care who you are.
So true.
And I'm gonna tell you, around that CARMEN's size, can knock out whoever. You can generate enough power at 120-pound man who knows how to throw a shot can knock out a heavyweight, because this here has nothing to do with your size and all that. The lights go out. The key is just shaking that brain. If you make that brain hit the side of that skull, that's it, right? And it doesn't matter how strong I am. That's why they tell you the punch that you don't see get you, right? Because I wasn't braced. I didn't see it. You can't pop. What we creating is whiplash, like in a car. Boom. That's all we doing. So you have to, if you have enough ass to generate a real shot, you can move that 100-pound bag. You can knock them out, man. I don't care who you are. It can happen. So by the time, that's why it's so dangerous at those bigger weights. You know, getting up to middleweight and stuff. Those guys can swat and move. Yeah, man.
talking about those 100-pound bags. If you need you need some heavy bags, come on down to Amber Sports. They got some great equipment out here. We want to give a shout out to Sanjay, the owner of Amber Sports out here on the west side of Houston, located on 529 in between Greenhouse and Barker Cypress. They're open Monday through Friday. He was generous enough to let us use his location to do this badass podcast that we do, Soapboxing Podcast. We have Jesse Garcia and Miss Carmen Vargas, the newest knockout couple here in Houston, Texas. We're gonna start marketing them and branding them. Knockout.
Well, Jesse, you know, from our first, you know, y'all got an open invite. Anytime I wanted to, y'all get the opportunity to come on and explore this dynamic as well as your new movement with the management and hopefully that fight they trying to get you. Do you know where it's at? We don't know yet.
As a matter of fact, before we start, he did text me, so I haven't seen it. So I don't. Okay. He's probably giving me an update. He said he gives me updates every 2 to 3 days on what's going on, what's gonna happen.
So when the fight date gets here, you know we gonna promote it on everything.
For sure.
And then when you gonna knock the motherfucker out, come back and we gonna do another one celebrating the victory, man.
I love it.
I appreciate y'all coming out, man. And Carmen, any plans right now as far as
tournament next month? Hopefully, the HBG tournament, Houston Boxing Gym.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so hopefully I compete in that. It's hard to get fights in Houston because there's not that many girls in my weight class too.
Right.
So,
Plus, after you beat him, man. What I'm gonna show up over there for? Houston Boxing Gym.
That's a Broncos gym, right?
Yeah.
China's.
Mm-hmm.
Them 2 girls, they went to the U.S. Colorado. Fernandez. Oh yeah, you're not big on the amateurs right now, huh?
Man, I got some amateur fighters, man, and I got like 2 that's active, man.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Their gym's off of Bellway West too, right? Off Canino Road.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's got some girls over there.
They're pretty. They're nationally ranked.
Then I should know that's terrible. I forget, man.
Other than that, just stay focused for the next national tournament.
Focusing on the end of the year. Well, it should be November. Usually they have the nationals, right? Yeah, keep me updated, man. I'm gonna ask, and we're gonna make sure we behind you too when you go out there and win. Cause I'm big on. I mean, I'm a New Orleans guy, but I've been in Houston 20 years. I'm a big Houston guy. I try to support everything, man. The boxing community here is so huge, and man, if you there's so many to pick out of. I want everybody to win, you know. There's so many gyms, so many trainers I consider friends, and I try to bag all their fighters, man. But yeah, y'all make sure when we get that date, man, so we know where to push it.
For sure.
And that man, that's it. Give me a reason to make that team, man, so I can watch these Olympics, man. You know, I gotta set my TV because they come on at such crazy hours, man, and watch them after they done happen.
Especially the fact it's gonna be in Tokyo, Japan.
Yeah, no telling when that's gonna be. It's gonna be a
the hours are gonna be different.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I appreciate y'all coming, man. This Coach Derek,
your boy Manny with
my man Jesse, his gal, Carmen Vargas, the knockout couple. Appreciate y'all tuning in.
Thank you guys.
See y'all next week.
Thank y'all.
I'm gonna stay live for a second. I'm gonna get a tour of the thing with you guys. I'm gonna give y'all some behind the scenes over here of Amber Sports. I'm gonna disconnect the mic. They got all this great equipment. Y'all make sure you come out here. You need any double M bags, speed bags, some mitts. Here we are.
Jericho, that's what I was trying to say.
There we
Jericho
are.
never won with Ronnie, huh?
They all the good stuff over here. Again, Amber Sports located on 529. Y'all come check it out. And that's a wrap.